Good morning, everybody. What a day today. Excuse me. We're supposed to have rain all weekend, but that's okay because that means I can get a lot done inside. I won't be walking the girls or anything because it's just too nasty. And they don't like the rain either, so. I have a fun idea that I ran across and I thought, what a great way. We all have embossing folders. I don't know about you, but I'm always looking for ideas as to how I can use my supplies to get the maximum use out of it. I mean, we spend money on these things and it was like, we really need to take and use them as much as we can. I'm checking to see if I'm live on that and I'm live here. But I'm going to go this way. There we go. So I'm hoping, hey Barb, to show an idea to you that is kind of fun and it's easy to do and it doesn't require a lot of supplies. So I have two embossing folders, two different ones, and two different ideas, just to kind of show you the versatility with this. So I'm excited to share those with you. I'm always looking for ideas, and when I run across them, I take and, oh yay, Barb, you said something, and it came up on my computer. If people come in and they don't say anything, I can't see it on my computer. I can't see it on my iPhone because I'm using my iPhone to record. So, but anyway, let's see, what else is going on? I've got a lot to do this weekend, so it's probably a good thing it is raining. I have to get my Clear Scraps projects done for October and all. So that usually takes a while because I usually paint and the painting takes a while to dry. So, there's not much I can do about that. So I'm hoping to do that. I'm working on my videos for, hey Janice, World Card Making Day, which is next Saturday. I won't be here next Saturday because I'll be monitoring World Card Making Day. Sorry about that. Ezzy is a little too close to her chew toy. And she's letting her know, get away. They are a trip. So I will be monitoring that in case there are any issues with that. I will be posting information on that on here so you can see it. The videos, the links will be here, posted here, but the videos are going to be housed on YouTube, and so that you can see them that way. All right, what else is going on? Not a whole lot. Can you believe it's October in like 3 days? Where did this year go? Oh my goodness. Before you know it, Christmas is right around the corner. If you haven't started on your Christmas cards, you better get started, unless you do them all in the last minute. I do them as I go because I use what I create for my blog and videos and YouTubes and all. So, Facebook Lives. So it's like, those are the ones that I use. It's easier for me rather than trying to create more. Plus, I have all the ones that I did for my Christmas class. That was very successful yesterday. I still have 2 more to go. I did it a little differently this year. And I think the ladies are liking it because they get to choose which cards they want. Before I was doing a kit and putting the same 3 cards in it. And if they didn't like it, they wouldn't buy it. This way they can come, pick up the ones that they want, work on them, and go from there. And the price is the same as it would be if it's in a kit. So I had like 4 ladies come yesterday, and 2 ladies came and picked up their kits because they wanted to make sure they got what they wanted. And they'll come back next month and do them. And then the other 2 ladies, one lady sat here, she's brand new, never stamped before, did all of her cards, got them done, and they're ready to be mailed. The other lady colored hers and then took them with her. She'll put them together when she has time at December to do that. So that's why she did it that way. So they were looking for kits to take home. I did sell a couple of my kits from my store on my blog. They like those and pick those up. And that is, everything is there but the adhesive. You just have to put it together. All right, I'm going to get ready and flip this around, and we're going to get started because I have, like I said, 2 ideas for you. So if you get dizzy, close your eyes, and I'll tell you when. I don't know what I did. It just. All right. It's waiting for the signal. I'm going to try and pull this down some so you'll be able to see it a little bit better. I took out one of my what do you call it? These things. And I'm thinking I need to put it back in because I can't get close enough now. So I may play with that today and see if I can't get that figured out. It was always better before. All right, let me see. It looks a little crooked. So I'm playing with it. You can open your eyes. I'm not going to do anything crazy. Okay, I've got it straight. All right, so I borrowed this embossing folder. I hope you can see it from my friend Barb next door. And I'm going to use this one for the first idea. And what you do is you emboss your paper, but then the paper is cut down so it's like this size. I mean, it's small. That paper is going to be attached to a piece of pattern paper. This is the first idea. And it's a lot shorter than the other one. And you'll find out the way that you do this is you want to have or be able to see more of the pattern paper with it. I saw this done with a embossing folder that was 2 sunflowers, and it was gorgeous the way that it was done. It was like, what a fun idea. So I thought, well, I'm going to try it with what I can find. And I only had one embossing folder that would work. So I went next door and borrowed an embossing folder from Barb so that I could do 2 different ideas. All right. And this one uses the pattern paper. All right, now I have to look at this and see. All right, I want it this way. So I'm going to put this on my paper, and I'm going to try to make the border even. Now this is going to go on a piece of blue, and I didn't have a light blue. Oh, guess what? All my stuff is downstairs. Let me just pull out my other one. I took it all downstairs to work on some things and then forgot to bring it up. I'm hoping to be able to get my stuff back up here so I can work up here. That looks crooked down at the bottom, but oh well, one of those things. All right, now I'm going to put that on my card base. And I got to get this, my card base straight. I have Post-it notes everywhere from class the other day. We did some stencil work. All right. So then this goes, oh, I almost put it on upside down. Good thing I looked at that. All right, so there's that. Now, you can put a sentiment up there. I picked up some gems I'm going to use. Now, what I've done is I've taken another piece of paper and I've embossed that image that's there. And I'm going to use, if I can find them, what did I do with them? Oh, there they are. And I have to see which one I'm going to use. I'm going to color this in with some markers. Okay, I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the dark one for the center. And I'm just going to go over it. And I've got a Ezzy. All right, so there's my center. And if you're good at it, you could have done just the top. I'm not. All right, I'm going to go with the other end. I couldn't decide. And then I'm going to color in my petals. And I'm staying inside, or trying to anyway, inside the raised lines, which isn't working. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the raised lines. All right. If you take your time and use a light hand, you can do it. All right. And I'm thinking, if my pens work, I'm going to use some glitter on here. Now, I skipped that section because there's a little flower. There's a little flower there also. All right. Okay, so now I've got my flower colored in. Let me get my glitter pens. And I'm going to color this in. I have two because they're on the tail end. So I alternate between them. All right, let me get this one. I'm going to push it. It's even not saying anything that it's got anything in there. There might have been some. It's got a little bit of sheen. Let me do the same thing with this one. I'm pushing it over top of a piece of paper in case it takes and squirts out. All right, now I'm going to take and I'm going to cut this flower out. And I'm just going to cut around the edge. And I'm trying to follow the embossing. And it's okay if there's some white showing. I will go back and do that other one, the first one, because it's got a lot of pieces that I don't need. Because it will have some white, like here where that flower is. I'm just going to kind of cut around it and not, cut through it and not worry about it. But having the outline is good because you can then cut it. All right, so I have those pieces cut. Now, oops. This, I gotta find my, oops, wrong paper. I'm looking for, there they are. I'm looking for my, well, I saw them here. Where did they go? I'm looking for my foam adhesives. I found the little ones, but I'm looking for the bigger ones. I could swear I saw them. Well, there's my gems. In case. Well, I don't know, but I've got these from an old paper pumpkin I'll use. All right, so I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to put a foam adhesive right in the middle. All right. And now I have to match this up, which is fairly easy. So there's that. Now let's add some gems. You can add a sentiment if you want. You can add ribbon. You can add whatever you feel like. I'm looking for this. All right, and I'm going to add 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to come down to the bottom and add 1 and 2. And see, you can still put a sentiment up there. So there's the first idea. And it's a great, it's a great way to use your embossing folders a little bit differently and have some fun with them. All right, now let's do number 2. Number 2, where's all my stuff? Okay, here it is. Number 2, I used the Sweet Jasmine embossing folder from Altenew, and I also I pulled out the blending brush, the stencils, because I'm going to color this one with the stencils. So I have my image, and then I took and I did both of these. I don't know if I'm going to use both. I'm going to color both of them. So I'm going to start with my stencil, and where's my ink? I have 2 colors of ink here. I don't know if I'm going to use both of them. I'm going to start with the light pink, and I'm going to do that. And my brush has blue on it, so hopefully it won't go crazy. All right. Here's that. All right. All right, it takes me a few minutes to get this lined up. Maybe that's not the one it goes with. Maybe it goes with this one. Yes, it does. All right, so I've got that. Now I'm going to pull in some Post-it notes because I don't want, well, it doesn't really matter, but I do have that other one. All right, so let me line this back up. It's shifted just slightly. All right. And I'm just going to take and color this in. All right. And then before I do, I'm looking for that one. I think it's this down here. Before I move it, I'm just going to go ahead and do the second one. Is it that one? Maybe this way. This is the hardest part, is lining this up. It's a big one. It's gotta be this. Maybe. Well, maybe that's number 2. All right, I've got that. All right, let's pull this off and let's do this one. I'm going to do this whole one first. All right, this one goes here. And I've got it lined up. All right. So all right, and I've got one more petal right there, and it's a single petal by itself. Let's see if there's, oh, it might be this one. Yep, it is. All right. Okay, so I have that one done. Now let me see if I can get this one, because like I said, I don't know if I'm going to use both of them. I might. Let's see. Is this one here? I can't see it. It's a shadow. No, it's not that one. Okay. Let me go back to number 2 and see if I can get number 2 figured out. That's that. Nope, not that one. I may be using just that one. Let's see. See, these are too big. Let's see if this one fits in here. Ooh, ooh. All right, I've got 2. I've got it figured out for this one, at least, part of it. There. They have on the back of the Altenew container a, okay, I think I figured out. I was trying to use the same one and it's not. There we go. It's the other one on the page. What it's supposed to look like and how to do it. I'm going to put that there because I don't want those pieces. All right. And I went for a pink with this one just for something different. And now I have one left. And I have to see which one it is. Nope, that's leaves. Those are leaves. There's the petals. Is it this one? I'm thinking it might be. Yes, it is. If I thought about it, I could have colored both of them at the same time, but I didn't think about it because the stencil's set up that you do the flowers. All right, now I have to do the center in each, and this is where I'm going to use a darker color for that. All right, so where's my stencil with the centers? Oh, here they are. All right, so this one goes here, and And this one goes here. There. All right. Now that I've figured out what I'm supposed to be doing. All right, let me move this out of the way because we're done. And I have to cut that out. This has ink on it and I don't want to get it on anything. So let me close this up. All right. And I'm going to cut these out. You can also do this and just color in, emboss it with this one. You could do it with the other one too, but it's a little bit easier if you have the stencil. Emboss it and then just color it in and not even cut it out and pop it up. And just do like the flower. Don't do any of the leaves or anything. So just, some ideas for different ways to use our supplies. I don't know about you, but I got a ton, and it's like, having some different ideas, especially if you get in a rut. I do every once in a while. And it's like, okay. I got to go back to that other petal. I got a couple of spots I got to trim up better. Okay. All right, there's one. I'm going to cut them both out because I don't know if I'm going to use both. I never know. But I thought this would be a fun way. So pull out your stencils, see what you have. I used flowers. You can do it for anything. Where you have like a little scene and you just color or highlight part of it. It's like the old spotlighting technique, but it's done with stencils. And I think it's a fun way to use your stencils. All right, let me get this off. As much as I can anyway. There. All right, now let's put this card together. And I have 3 pieces of pink because I wasn't certain which one it would look better with. I think I like that one because it pulls out that pink in the center. So I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. So I have it. All right, here's my card base. And again, this is going to have a border all the way around. This one, I must have done this one better. All right, I think I'm going to cut, I have space here. I'm going to cut some of that off. I don't need all that space. There. Now I need my tape and scissors. So do you guys have some fun plans for today, this weekend? I am, like I said, going to be working on some projects so I can get some painting done. I have to do it so it can dry. So I have a bunch of mats that I can use, which helps. And I can paint several things, let it dry, and then come back. I usually wait a day. I don't know how long it takes to dry. And go from there. But it'll be, I'm working on some Christmas projects for Clear Scraps. All right, now which way do I want this to go? I think I want it this way because those leaves are going up. All right. That looks crooked to me. Could be me though. All right. Let me turn this over. And the reason I turned it over is when I scored this, I apparently was off just a little, and they're not even exactly. Okay, I think I'm going to add both of these. Let me find my dimensionals. I threw them over here and probably shouldn't have. All right. All right, there we go. Now I have to figure out which one is which and see if I can get it lined up. Okay, that one goes there. And this one goes here. It's not as hard as you think to line it up. And then I'm going to pull in my gems. And let's do these a little different than the other one, just to give you some ideas for gems. Oh, dang it. Well, it's stuck to my finger now. All right, there's that. And that. And there's the second idea. So there are the two ideas. One with pattern paper. Now, if you have a stamp set that matches it, you could stamp the back of this also to give you an idea of, I'm gonna pull this a little closer so you can see it. You know, I would stamp it in like Versamark so you get a tone on tone, if you don't have the ink that matches that one. But there are the two ideas and some fun ways to use them, your embossing folders. So pull out your embossing folders and see what you have. You may find that you have something that will work and have some fun. Okay, I'm going to get ready and flip this around. So close your eyes if you get dizzy. Ooh. Oh, I tightened it too tight. Hang on. There we go. It moves on me, so I try to tighten it tight, and then I can't get the thing to... All right, now. Hopefully this is up high enough. Okay. All right. You can open your eyes. All right, there we go. Whew. So, some fun ideas for you with your embossing folders. I'd love to see what you do. If you give it a try, you can post your picture under the video. You can't post it as a separate post, but you can add it like a comment. So I would love to see what you did. Of course, now my phone is going to I think it's my thing that holds the phone. I think it's, I'm just going to hold it. I think it's a little loose because I've used it so much. I may need to be thinking of another way to do this. Okay, ladies, I'm going to get ready and go so I can go downstairs and clean up from breakfast because I just fixed breakfast and left it, came up here. I couldn't get out of bed this morning. Oh my gosh. JoJo has started this new thing. She gets up like she has to go out. I get up, go in, because she's in her crate in the bathroom. I go into the bathroom, go to the bathroom. She goes back to bed. So I go back to bed too. I'm not going to get dressed. The first time I did that and she went back to bed, I was so mad. So now I don't do it. I just wait and see. And then she got up again about 6, and I took both girls out. And then we came back in and I went back to bed. We all went back to bed. I was like, no, I cannot get up. So it was like 8 o'clock. So I did not get my kitchen cleaned up. So I'm going to do that. You guys have a great weekend. Thanks for coming in to see me. Don't forget, next weekend is World Card Making Day. Be looking for the links to the blogs. It starts at 9. I'll try and post the videos, the links to the videos about 8:45. We're making Christmas cards, but keep in mind that just because I'm doing Christmas cards doesn't mean you can't use the layout and make whatever you want. We just want to give you ideas, and we just decided to do Christmas cards. So be looking for some fun next week. It goes from like 9 to 4, so lots of videos. All right, guys, you guys have a great weekend, and take some time and be creative. Bye.